Howdy ho, good neighbors. Whoa. Howdy ho, good neighbors. What's going on? It's Phil Russert. Happy Monday night. A little bit late on the live. Sorry. I was picking up my youngest daughter from chorus, all district chorus. Anyway, um, figure we'll let some people get in the room, hopefully, and we'll have some people wanting to see the website. I'm going to show you how to navigate the website. If you're a retailer, it'll give you a little tutorial, show you some of the solicits we have, some of the publishers we have, talk about the terms we offer if you're a retailer and if you're a publisher. So I'm going to kind of just be open about it, tell you what's going on. So this will be informative if you're an independent publisher looking to get into stores across the world. And it'll be informative if you're a retailer that's been kind of watching from a distance to see if Philbo is for real, and if we're, really doing this, and if we're going to be sticking around. I do want to tell you, Philbo will be sticking around, absolutely, and we actually have a big announcement to make, probably in a week. Hey, Victor, what's going on? Um, it's going to be big news. I'm always trying to reinvent the wheel and look at new things, and I think those of you who know me, whether you take what Philbo distribution is seriously or not, you can't deny that I give it my best. I put it out there. I do what I can, and we're bringing Philbo to the next level. And next week we will be able to announce it. It'll involve um, better terms and conditions for retailers, um, a lot better terms and conditions for publishers to afford doing direct market sales, and it is something that's never been done before. So I'm really excited about this, and I'm looking forward to announcing it. In the meantime, tonight I want to show people the website, kind of help you walk through it. Um, some people have been following Philbo's my posts, but they've never gone to the website before, which is interesting. Because I'm in the back end to show you the retailer side of things, you're going to see a column on the side. Just ignore it. It's like the Wizard of Oz. Ignore the man behind the curtain. Um, this is great. You're gonna get to see how it works. You're gonna get to see some really cool publishers. And if you're a small publisher, you're looking to see if it's something you're interested in. I'm going to be honest with you. We have over 70 publishers, um, and we have some well-known publishers. We have some up-and-coming publishers. We have publishers that sell very well, um, and we're excited to do this, and we're excited to provide this service that I think is needed in the industry. For those of you who don't understand what direct market is or what distribution is, I'm going to give you a quick little rundown because some people are confused with terminology, publishers, distributions, etc. So a publisher is hey, Piper, what's going on? A publisher basically is someone who puts out a line of books. Now, there are publishers that publish only their own titles that they've created, and there are publishers like Image and Dark Horse, etc., IDW, that they will publish other creators' books. And there are terms. Publishers in these cases don't own the rights to the character, the creator does, but you pay fees to be published by them. You're basically using their brand and their reach to get out there, and that's why you're going there. And publishers are primarily usually responsible for the print runs of the orders. If you go to a publisher like Marvel DC, they buy your IP, they own it, they do what they want with it, and you got your paycheck and you're on your way. So that's not really applying to anybody here. Distribution is a channel. Like you have crowdfunding as a way to get out to your fan base, distribution is a way to get to retail outlets across the world, and in essence to the fan base. Diamond, Lunar, Penguin Random House, these are and now Universal are the big distributors. For 30 years, Diamond was the only distributor. Lunar came on several years ago, and now we have a plethora of them. Oh, we do have Diamond, some new version of Diamond. I'm a little unclear on them, to be honest with you. So there's choices. Some retailers don't like having that many choices because it's hard to manage where to get your books from. Different distributors, different publishers have different deals with distributors, and I get how that can be hectic. And some people think it's great because it's competitive and free market, and it keeps everybody honest with their prices, etc. I'm a free market kind of guy. Philbo is one of these distributors. I am not on the level of Lunar and Penguin Random House and Universal, of course, but we do represent a lot of indie books that aren't really getting a chance through the larger distributors. Penguin Random House does Marvel, and they own Boom now, but they're not really picking up other publishers. They're mostly primarily a prose books. They picked up some comics, but you have to have high print runs to go with them. Lunar takes on the bulk of the books, the titles and publishers, but they've kind of capped out because they basically, they can only take so much. So for the indie scene, they have Massive coming in and doing massive indies for them. I could be mistaken, but I know it used to be $500, but now I believe Massive charges $300 to the publisher for each listing you put in the catalog, and I think it might be up to $3. I'm not sure. You'll have to double check if you're interested. And you pay that fee, and you get listed in their catalog, and then if you get sales, Lunar gets a percentage of those sales. Diamond, Lunar, all of them, obviously they get a percentage of your sales. That's they make money to distribute your books, and what you're doing is utilizing them for their network of stores all over the world. And that's the key to distribution. Is the direct market means getting out there directly to those retailers that specifically sell comic books and favorite comic books. So there's pretty much that. So I do the same thing. Now there's the term FOC that you've probably heard of. That's final order cutoff. Basically, books are solicited in a catalog for a period of time, and then there's an FOC, final order cutoff, order by that time for you to get it by the release date that is announced. Most times distributors will offer reorders. Sometimes you go into second print, third print, fourth print, depending on how popular the book is. Like Absolute Batman, did what, 1 million? So they went into, what are they, 9th printing now? I don't know. So that happens. Philbo works on a distribution schedule, direct market, that's a little different because our volume isn't as high, being that I represent distribution for a lot of the indie people. We have Zenoscope, we have Antarctic Press, Heavy Metal, Billy Tucci's Crusade Comics. We had Devil's Due. They haven't solicited in a while through us, but they were on board the first catalog. Asylum Press, 10 Ton Press. We have a lot of quality Dren Productions. We have a lot of quality publishers. So we do a monthly FOC instead of weekly right now, which may change soon. And how that works with Philbo is because we're independents, our volume isn't as high, and we want to get them out there because they're not well-known books in some cases. We launch it in the catalog on the 1st of each month. We launch a new catalog, which we just launched a new catalog yesterday, and I'm going to show that. Each catalog has a listing, a full page of each title that's in the catalog, and we always have anywhere from 90 to 120 solicitations in any given catalog. This catalog gives a synopsis, as you'll see, the title, the information on the book, and the cover, variant covers, etc. So retailers can look at that catalog and say, okay, I want to order 5 of this, 20 of that, 50 of that. And of course, retailers are more confidently going to order if consumers, customers, fans go to their local store and say, hey, listen, I saw that book from High Vibrational Pirates, which is Piper Williams publishing imprint, and say, I want that book in my pull list every month. Well, then obviously retailers are going to order that book with confidence, knowing that there's someone that's going to buy it, and they may buy 1 or 2 extras for the shelf copies in case of anybody that walks in or wherever the case may be. So as fans, you have the power. If you we have on our homepage for the public to see the catalog as well. So if you go in and you see Tragedy from Philbo Publishing, you say, I love that book. You can go to your store and say, hey, would you order that book through Philbo Distribution? Um, our terms are a little different for retailers than they're used to over the last 30 years, and we'll get into that in a little bit. Those are also going to be changing for the better. Retailers will be happy. But going back into the publishing side of things, as you can see when you go, I'm going to get my face off here. Nobody gives a crap about my face. There we go. That's not what I was supposed to do. Sorry, hang on. I hit the wrong button. That's what I was supposed to do. Okay. Ignore the left column because we're in the back end. So we have tabs up here across the top. Home, shop, catalogs, contact, retailer sign up, publisher submission. If you are a publisher, you would go to publisher submission guidelines here. And this basically walks you through what we ask you to do. Now, I had recently put up a post to explain something, and I just want to explain this is not with ego, it's with humility. Sometimes I get publishers coming in and they go into my DMs or whatever, and they ask me a ton of questions. What makes you a viable distribution, this and that, and how long have you been going? And not that they're not unreasonable questions, they are, but we ask you to please go and fill out the publisher submission guidelines, and then we can get in touch with you and answer. And the reason for that is really expediency. I can't be answering all these questions to all these different publishers all the time and then find out that you're not prepared and ready for distribution. I don't have the time, the bandwidth, or the money to do that. You submit if you're serious. We will then discuss terms, and you have the right to say, I don't like those terms, I'm not interested, thank you, or yes, I'll be on board. Now, we have over 70 publishers because our terms are great. They're great for publishers. They're very fair and they're great. And I cannot be catering to every publisher. I get hundreds of questions, emails, submissions a week, and I just can't keep up. So if you're serious about this, we need to see that you're ready for direct market before we're going to devote any time into you. It's not ego or arrogance, it's just efficiency. So please understand that. So follow the guidelines, please, and then you will submit to contact@philboentertainment.com. Philbo Entertainment Promotions is my parent company, and I have some subsidiary companies in that side, which is the publishing company, my Creator Con event, convention shows, and of course the distribution. And Legendary Illustrations when I was an art rep, which is kind of on hold for now. Anyway, so go to contact@philboentertainment.com, follow the guidelines, and I promise you we get back to publishers and we'll have a video chat I'll have a video chat with you personally, and you can ask all the questions that you have once we get to that point. Okay, now as far as what the terms are, we offer a low percentage to a very competitive percentage. At this point, we are offering, we take 10% of your sales. We give a 40% discount to the stores. You get 50% off your cover price. We are going to be going to tier incentive pricing soon to get better percentages for the retailers based on volume of order. Look, this is wholesale, and everybody who understands retail, wholesale is centered around wholesale. You have to buy in bulk. To get the best prices, the more you buy, the more you get. That's just the way it is. That's wholesale. What we do is we launch the catalog on the 1st of each month, and your solicitations, you fill out a data sheet. We put that data sheet, it uploads onto our system, and we make the data sheet available to all retailers because retailers cannot possibly individually upload every title into their point of sale system. They would be there for days, and that's just, to expect a retailer to do that is not fair or reasonable. So what we do is we give them this, what we call a data sheet, that they can just upload it to their system. So there's a formula to the data sheet, and so that the retailers have all the information they need, and that way the consumers, the fans, have what they need to decide if they want your book or not. So it behooves you as a publisher to fill out the data sheet correctly and you send it in to us by the 20th of each month. 10 days later, that book will be launching in the catalog on the first of that following month. It will go on sale for 2 months, 60 days. We have it open. Now, you may say, why so long? Well, distribution is usually 3 months out to prepare time to keep ahead on a monthly schedule. In this case, it's also because we are smaller publishers, not as well known. I want to give enough time for retailers to look at this catalog, get a time to look, really see what's there, and hopefully give some of these small publishers a chance, sample a book, 2 books, 4 books, because they do sell. A lot of them sell. What's up, Bill? That 2 months then has the FOC, the final order cutoff, and it locks on the 60 days. Locks in the sense of it now goes into reorder. So we'll use the first catalog as an example. We'll use this catalog as an example. We have a catalog that launched yesterday, February 1st. It is going to go for 2 months. So that's all of February and all of March. That means April 1st is the FOC. The FOC will stop, and I give 30 days to the small press to send the books. Now, this is where it's different and a little frustrating for some retailers, because I'm asking them for a net 30, so to speak, as opposed to them getting one. And I'll explain what a net 30 is in a minute. Because I need 30 days for the small publishers to get me the books. The reason is they're small publishers. Some of them aren't able to invest in offset printing, do a run of 3,000 books, etc. So they do print on demand. So they're waiting for the order to come in at that FOC date. So I basically send the publisher a PO, a purchase order, when the FOC locks after the 2 months, and I say, look, you sold 500 books, 1,000 books, whatever it is. And it shows what money you're going to get paid out, minus my percentage, and the discount to the stores. The publisher will fulfill the PO orders, say it's 500 for this example, just to keep numbers easy. And they will send me the books with some overage, which I will hold as consignment inventory. I'll explain what consignment inventory is in a moment. Once I receive the books within the 30 days, I pay them out because we are prepay, and their money is in an account waiting for them to send the books. Once I get the books, we fulfill the beginning of each month of that third month, and you get it by the middle of that third month. So in this case, we launched February 1st. April 1st is the final cutoff. All of April, we get the books from them. So May, the middle of May, May 11th, May 12th, etc., the stores get their books. Now, I understand, as being a new distributor, retailers were shy about that at first. I totally get it. You're paying in advance, and I'm asking for a net 30. I understand, but we've been doing this for 8 months now. We have not missed a beat. Everybody's getting their books. If there were late books that publishers didn't turn in, we send them as soon as we get them, or with the following order. We've even worked with some publishers that had some retailers that had smaller orders that said, hey, can you just combine 2 months in a row to save me shipping? Absolutely. We'll do that for you. There are people that put in orders, and because it's prepay, if you find out you want more books, you have to put in another order. If you put in a second order, I will refund you the difference in shipping right away. I'm not looking to steal money from anyone. I do everything honest and fairly. I really do. I swear to you, I do. Anyway, so the books go out from my warehouse, and they get mailed and shipped to the stores that ordered as per, the order run. So that's how it works for publishers. You get paid out much quicker than you ever would with Diamond or the others. Usually, your payout could be anywhere from 30 to 60 to even 90 days, depending. We don't make you wait. We understand you need that money for your next print run. Net 30. So Diamonds, we're going to go to retailer here. Retailer sign up. This is where retailers go to sign up. We then vet them. There's a resale certificate number, tax ID number. We need to know that you're a legitimate retailer. You're not just someone off the street looking to get a wholesale discount on comics. You have to be a legitimate retailer of comic books or collectibles, paraphernalia, things associated with it. You have to show that you sell comics, okay? So we vet you. Once we vet you, we send you an invite email. You will create your own password to log in. Unfortunately, because someone tried to hack our system, because there are just people like that in the world, and we won't name who those people are because I'm pretty sure I know who they are, we had to implement the second password. So retailers will get two emails. The first email is the invite where you can create your own password, and the second email gives you that second password so that you can get in safely and soundly to the retailer side, which I'm going to show you. Okay. So once you're on board and you have an account, we have your sales tax, your resale certificate. You do not get charged sales tax because I don't know if you know how sales tax work. And just so you know, if you're a publisher, when you get your printer, you send your resale certificate to your printer. They should not be charging you sales tax. The reason is sales tax is for the final sale. You are not the final sale as a publisher. You are reselling those books to the consumer, to the retailer, to the fan. So you are not to pay sales tax on those books. The same goes for a retailer. They are a reseller. They are not the final sale, so they don't pay a sales tax. That goes to the customer that comes into the store, picks up their books on their monthly, weekly, whatever basis. The sales tax goes to them. That's the law. So if you provide the proper documentation for us as a retailer, you will not be charged sales tax. Okay, so you're a retailer and you get into the store. Now there's three things. We have the catalog on the homepage. The homepage is open to the public. If you're a fan of comics and you're curious, what do they have here? We're going to get into that in a minute. We have all our catalogs. Every catalog stays live. So if you want to reorder from catalog 1, maybe you missed Tragedy 1, you can click in here and you can go pick it up. Okay, as a retailer, you can reorder. We keep reorders up. We are not taking them down. We are small publishers and we're trying to get out there as much as possible. And we want to see success for everybody. We want retailers making money. We want publishers making money. And of course, as distribution, to be honest with you, it's not even about making money as long as I'm not losing money. I just, small profits, whatever, fine. I want to be doing my best part for the industry. And as long as I'm not losing money and I can keep going, I want to do it. So that's the public side of things. You can also subscribe to our newsletter. Okay. Now, when you go to you can go to catalogs here to go to your specific catalog. This is on the retailer side, so it is password protected. The public cannot get to it. Same thing. You click on it. You look at them. I'm going to show you a new catalog. Then we have the shop here, which is easier. If you're a retailer and you're here in the shop, you've signed in with both passwords. You have the free comic participation that we're doing. We are not officially part of the copyrighted free comic book day, but we are offering free comic books on the same day in conjunction with their event. But we are not part of their specific event. They have copyrighted it. It is their ownership. We are not looking to intrude on them, but we do want to give out some free comics as well. You have February, which is the new catalog, the catalog prior to that, reorders. So you can go by those tabs if you want, or you can go here and you can order. When you order American Yakuza, we'll take that as an example. This is a book that I've heard so many great things about by Zion Comics or Blind Squirrel Comics. That is a really great book. You hit add to cart. It's a cart system. Okay. Say you wanted to order these three. We have these in here. Okay. Just like Amazon kind of thing, now it goes to your cart. You go to your cart, and you have what you have there. It's going to have the 40% discount, not yet, upon checkout. You hit checkout. You put your email, your delivery address, all this stuff. See, and the discount has calculated there. You save $7.19, 40% off. So you're only paying $10.78 instead of $17.97 as a retailer. Once you do all that, it goes to the final spot. It'll calculate the shipping for you. So there are no surprises, no hidden costs. The retailer knows exactly what their money's going to up front, and it charges your payment method. We at Philbo Distribution do not have access to your payment method. It is not saved in our database. We have no control over your payment method. We just see the orders as they come in, which I'll show you in a minute. Well, no, I don't want to show retailers information, but and we ship out. We can refund any order at any time, and we will not ask questions why. If you ask for a refund, the only time we cannot give it is if the books are already en route to you. Okay, but if there's, for whatever reason, a retailer is having a tough time and they're like, I just don't have the money this week, you ask for a refund, I'll refund you. If you ask me to hold the order for you and wait, I can do that too. I'll refund you your money. I'll put the order to the side temporarily for maybe like a 30-day period. And if you still want it, we'll pick it up, or you could go to reorders. I want to work with retailers. I know your struggles as retailers. I know your overhead expenses of rent and utilities and labor and labor costs, employee insurance and just everything that goes into it. I understand. So I want to work with you. We are great with our customer service. I'm very proud. I am going to brag about that. We get back to you usually within an hour or two, if not within 24 hours the most. Every retailer, no matter what you have to say about Philbo, you cannot say we don't give you customer service. I respond to everyone. I get back to you. If there are damaged books, you send us pictures. We need the pictures when you open them, though. We can't get them 3 weeks later. No disrespect to anyone, but we have no idea what happens to books once we ship them out. It could be UPS's fault. It could be someone you have, an employee unpacked it and accidentally damaged it or dropped it. It could be an employee wrecked it on the shelf. I mean, a fan wrecked it on the shelf looking at it. I'm sorry, but we need to stay in business. So if you take your pictures as you're open, as you have opened and you discover the damages right away, and you send me the pictures and it's clear what the books are, what the damages are, we will absolutely offer you either a refund or we will resend the books. Damages haven't been too much with us at all, but we've had a few and we took care of them. We have retailers that do $2,000-$3,000 in sales from us every month. And when you're doing that many books, once in a while, a corner gets bent. We take care of it. We take care of it. We care. I'm the little guy. With all the complaints I hear about some of the bigger people, then give the little guy a shot because the little guy cares. The little guy is going to do right by you. And that's not going to change if I become the bigger guy. That's just how I am. I believe in long-term relationships. I believe healthy relationships are reciprocative. If I take care of you and you take care of me, we take care of each other, life is good. So, and that's how you order. Okay. And we offer 40%. We take damages, etc. Better terms are coming. We're really looking forward to this announcement next week. It's going to be huge. Okay, so let's just go to the catalog, and I just want to show you how the catalog is. Now, we do have a search engine, so you can search on the thing if you want to go straight to what it is you're looking for. But we hope that you scroll through the catalog because you may just find a book that you go, oh, I didn't know about this. This looks really good. This looks interesting. And I'll give you an example. This month's cover is by Knuckle Supper Studios. It's his book, Tales from Nerosville. Tales from Nerosville is an anthology series with the tying connection is this world, Nerosville, and superheroes. And I have to tell you, I've followed this book prior to distribution, and it's cleverly written with great irony, great twists, and it's fun. And that's Happy Jack, his character on the cover, his main, his flagship character, I believe. And it's such a good book, but you may not know about it, and you may be reluctant to give it a shot. Well, you should give it a shot. And by the way, for publishers, when we give you a cover on the Philviews, we don't charge you. We just give you a cover. We don't charge you. I'm not looking. I don't want to make money off of you. I want to make it with you. That's the healthy way for things to last. Because your success is my success and my success is your success. And if I'm just taking money from you while you're struggling and you fall, well, that money eventually dries out for everybody. You no longer publish. You no longer use my distribution. I no longer get a percentage. Retailers are no longer getting the books to sell. It's just not good for anybody. So let's look at this catalog. And I'm not going to go through every book. I'm not going to do that to you. But we have the logo. We have the title of the book here. Right below is the cover. We have the publisher's logo in the right upper right, and then you have all the information on the right side with in stores by. You have the order now button you can click to that goes right to it, to ordering it. It's a secure area though because that's the password protection for the retailers. That would be the second password. And then you have your synopsis here. Now, we've been talking to the publishers about doing interior samples probably for 3 or 4 months now, but none of them have turned them in. So it is what it is. 10 Ton Press does some great books if you like not just fantasy and things like that, but they do a lot of bands, rock bands, etc. They did Tool, Sepultura, I believe, Iron Maiden. We have Ace Frehley here. Kinder Comic is actually a newspaper. It's an interactive newspaper that is wonderful concept by John Jay. And we've got quite a few orders from this. It's well worth it. It's a Sunday paper basically full of comic strips and interactive crosswords and drawing and inking and coloring. And it's something that is just awesome. And it's 16 pages. It's awesome for you to sit down on a Sunday morning with a cup of coffee if you're a comic fan, or maybe with your kids and interact with your kids. So it's great. It really is. It's a wonderful thing. It's something different. It's something new, something refreshing. I highly recommend it. I subscribe to them. I actually get a copy every other month. We have a Blaze who just joined us. They're in with us now, and they're going to have free comics, which I'm going to go over in a minute. So we've got a lot of titles from Ablaze. They're a very well-known, established publisher in the industry. And as you can see, top-notch quality. Okay. They got a lot of titles in this month. Yeah, I think they had like 40-something, actually. So I'm not trying to, the Cimmerian, the Pool of the Black, something. Forgive me, I deal with all these books and everything. I don't always remember every title, but AC Comics. Let me tell you something about AC Comics. Love working with them. They're great people. They've been around since the 80s. They were the 8th account on Diamond, and they still go strong. They sell very well through us. They have a solid following. And again, they're really, really good people that just enjoy making comics. Very cool. And Aloha Comics has joined us. And you can see some really awesome anime stuff. Really nice high-end collector's edition with slipcases. Great stuff. Manga inspired. Hardcovers. We've got Antarctic Press, as you know. They've been around for a long time. They're great at promoting small indie creators and getting their books out there. They do a lot for the community. Ben and Joe Dunn, good people. They're in there. And they have quite a few books, as you can see as well. Exciting Comics #2, Legacy, Shaman Kane, Tomorrow Girl, Exciting Comics 3. They have 2 and 3 in the same catalog. Shaman Kane. They probably, because we're not a weekly FOC, they probably put more than one issue at the same time for that reason, because our month, is slower, obviously. Critter. We have quite a few Antarctic Press. And if you're a publisher, we don't care if you're a one-shot, a 5-issue miniseries, an ongoing. If you want to go every other month, every quarterly, as long as you stick to your frequency, we are fine with that. Just don't be late with books. We don't discriminate and we don't gatekeep. Give it a shot. That's a cool cover. I thought that was Irwin. Irwin J. Rosa does covers for me too. He does great stuff. Very cool. Okay. Blank sketch covers. We have Apex Comics. That's Mario Necieza, brother of Mariano Necieza is the brother of Fabian, who co-created Deadpool. And they do some really great stuff, classic comic book style stuff. I've worked with Mariano on a few things. We're working together on something now. Great guy, works at Dynamite Comics. Zion slash Blind Squirrel, Rook, issue number 1. Blind Squirrel sells very well. We soliciting all 4 in here, all 5, sorry. And they also do American Yakuza. We have Broken Oar Comics and a lot of other people here. Critical Entertainment, Dreamscape. We have horror, sci-fi, fantasy, superhero, you name it. Dren Productions, they sell very well as well. Flesh-eating cheerleaders. Fair Square Graphics, this is Fabrice Sapolsky, his Ladybird. He does really premier books, really premier format, really nice soft touch books, matted books, and just great stuff. We have Wonder Duck. We have family books like Wonder Duck from Get Your Meds, which is George Medina. This is an 8-issue miniseries, and this is actually the 8th and final installment on the catalog now. Remember, we're 3 months out. The Remnant, Grok Comics, Bill Raup. Bill is a superhero fan. You can tell. Look at his designs. Look at the artwork. He takes it very seriously. Puts out great stuff. Stuff that you may not have heard of, but now you get a chance to check it out in the direct market. Tell your stores. Blue Flame. I mean, look at that. Beautiful professional artwork. Professional logos. These books belong on shelves, guys. Dog and the Regulators. And of course, we have Hermes Press, who are wonderful hardcover books of everything from newspaper strips collected to art books. They sell very well through us. Steve Leaf, who used to work for Diamond, is part of Hermes Press. They sell very well for us, actually. And if you like the Phantom and some of these older licensed, they have Popeye, a lot of good stuff. And then we have Clutopia. It's a preview. This is part of the free comic book day situation from High Vibrational Pirates. That's Piper Williams. We're going to get into that in a minute. We have Homebrewed Comics, Crit, number 3. That's Chris Saloff. Kevsey Fate. This is a magazine. I really hope you guys give this a shot. It's a quarterly magazine. It's got comics in it. It's got interviews in it. And if you're an indie person and you really want to learn about indie and you want to get behind the scenes, you may want to tell your store to order this, because you could pick this up and read it and enjoy some comics and get some interviews from indie writers and people and connect if you got your book to create. We've got Nerosville, which I told you, awesome book, very underrated. It deserves your attention. It really does. We've got Living the Line. Midnight Factory, they've been very heavy in the horror world. They sell well. The people love them, and they've been in Diamond before, and they're really good. Monarch Comics, Witch Hunter. They sell. They have a fan base that's been loyal, and they sell pretty well, and it's fun adventure. Kolchak from Monstrous. If you see his Kickstarters, you see he does very well. He's with his licensed properties. NBM Graphic Novels. Will Eisner. We have some great stuff in here, guys. Symphonic Verses. You may see them all over the internet. Different fantasy. No AI. People ask. There is no AI in his books. We run everybody through AI and generators, several generators. And he's an upstanding guy. He draws his stuff and then he touches things up with Photoshop, etc. But it's a beautiful fantasy book, and this guy knows how to deliver a properly packaged book. It's beautiful, hardcover, fantastic. So check him out. There's My Girl Tragedy. Issue 8 has the Chris Bachalo cover. If you're a fan of Chris Bachalo, if you're a fan of good stories, I mean, Peter David, rest his soul, Chuck Dixon and Howard Mackey said that Tragedy 1 was very good. It was well written. So check it out. And Philbo has just taken on G-Men Comics. So we have Sergeant Flag, and we're very proud and excited to pull them on. Um, we have Reckless Sidekick Productions, Mighty Mascots. That's a fun book, uh, family friendly stuff that we need to get kids back into comics and reading. Those books are important. Red 5 Comics, they just put out a movie in the fall based on their one of their books. So the Red 5 is in there. Snow Monkey, I'm very interested in that actually. Rogue Matter, Silverline Comics. For those of you who know Roland Mann, he was editor in chief with Malibu Comics. If you remember the Exiles when it first came out, and Prime, and a lot of great stuff from them. Well, that's Roland Mann. The man knows how to do comics. So there you go. We got Silverline, and then there's American Yakuza. I don't know why this is out of order. We'll fix that. Blind Squirrel. I've heard great things about this book by a lot of people. Retailers have told me, and I want to check it out myself. All right. And that's our catalog for this month. According to this, it's 141 solicitations. And, you know, some of our small publishers are not in every catalog, but we do have them. Over 70 publishers. So there's a lot to choose from here. Different genres, age groups, etc. Zaid Comics, what's up? Charles W. Morgan, what's going on? Jameson Rohrer, how are you? So that's pretty much how you navigate. The homepage is for the public to take a look. We did have an order form on that, but we stopped doing it because it was very labor intensive and people weren't really utilizing it. So we stopped using it. The shop is behind the wall for retailers to get discounts. The catalogs are all on the homepage for people to see. You can go by catalogs if you want. Contact us. You can contact us here. I don't know why this is slow, guys. Sorry. That is our number. That is our email. You can call or email at any time. The retailer sign up and the publisher submissions. And that's the gist of it. I'm just going to go over a few more things. So I ask you to stick around and hang out for a minute. Okay. There are a lot of challenges going on in the industry, and retailers are scared. You know, this was rough losing Diamond for them. For 30 years, Diamond was the premier. They were the ones. They had the monopoly, basically. And their terms were very favorable to retailers because they had all the companies. Their volume was tremendous. They had Marvel, they had DC, they had IDW, Dark Horse, Image, you know, Boom. They had everyone. So they could subsidize the little guys. So they had a lot of little guys as well. So their catalog was massive, and they offered 50% discounts off the bat, and sometimes free shipping. And they gave a net 30 or net 60, which means they would send the product to the stores, and the stores wouldn't have to pay for 30 to 60 days. Unfortunately, I'm just not in a position to do that. When Diamond lost the larger publishers, they can no longer subsidize the smaller orders, and they had millions in unpaid invoices from retailers. I'm not saying anything bad about retailers. I'm just saying there were millions of unpaid invoices. So unfortunately, that's millions lost, waiting on money for product that was sent, which means the publishers didn't get paid and they lost their books because the books were sent, but they never got paid. And then when Diamond went under, they had consignment inventory. Consignment means we're holding the inventory for you in hopes of selling it. We did not buy it from you. We don't own it. Despite that, because of a loophole, Diamond, as a risk and a chance to get back some of their money, did a fire sale and sold off all the inventory of small publishers and big publishers alike that had inventory with them. What does that mean? Well, I'll give you an example. Someone like Fair Square Graphics or Zenescope, they had inventory there. Orders were fulfilled, and they never got paid out for those orders. And then Diamond sold off that inventory they didn't own because of a loophole in that state where they operate. and the publishers lost their inventory that they spent money printing, and they didn't make any sales on it. They just lost it. It was stolen, basically. So my prepay terms are to avoid all of that. It is not to stick it to retailers. To be honest with you, this is the only retail that ever allowed net 30 and 60. If I own a restaurant, I don't get to walk into Restaurant Depot or Costco or any wholesaler and fill my cart and walk out and say, I'll pay you, 30 to 60 days. Unfortunately, Wimpy, I'll gladly pay you Tuesday for a hamburger today. It just doesn't work. And Diamond showed it doesn't work when you don't have the volume. And now that you have 5 distributors, it's tough to subsidize. It's tough. You don't have the volume. It's separated. It's broken up. So I did prepay. Prepay, the only way to prepay hurts a retailer at this point, especially since our orders aren't huge. We have orders as little as, we don't have a minimum. We have orders as little as $60 and as high as $6,000. It depends on you as a retailer, what you can afford and what you think you'll make money off of, etc. So we don't have a minimum. We don't pigeonhole you, hole you into anything. But if you're going to buy 5 books, I can't give you a 50% discount or free shipping. I just can't do that. That doesn't make sense for anybody. That's recipe for disaster. It's wholesale. You buy in bulk, you get better discounts. The prepay gets the publishers paid on time, guarantees that nobody loses money, and I promise I'm going to ship every book that is ordered. And if a book isn't ordered for whatever reason, you will get a refund on that money. Now, to address some concerns, retailers, I've heard a retailer say, we're tying up our capital into you for those 30 days. Yes, you are. Because I'm not tying up my capital into you for 60 days. But what I want to ask fairly is, how many sideshow statues are standing up there collecting dust? How many Godzilla Monopolies are sitting on your shelf collecting dust? How many action figures and t-shirts haven't moved for months sitting on your shelf? These are comic books. They are your demographic's actual product that they want to buy. Investing in a few $2.99 books, I think, is a better risk than investing in a $50 board game that even with 50% off, you spent $25 on and it's sitting on a shelf. It's just my opinion. I mean, I've worked on the retail side. I could be wrong. You are absolutely going to get your books. Yes, you're going to wait the 30, 35 days or so before you get your books, but I promise you're going to get them. And you're going to be happy, and you're going to turn around and sell them, and you're going to make your money, and you're going to be fine. And the publisher will have gotten their money, made their money, and be fine. There's 3 components to the direct market. There's the publisher, distributor, retailer. The retailer is the front line, right? We need them. We need retailers. They're the ones that get it out there and sell it to everybody. They're a blessing. We need them. We love you. But without publishers, there's no content for the retailers to sell. So they're equally important. The publishers have to sustain and survive as well. The distributor bridges that gap. We go through all the trouble of being a central hub. I don't mean trouble like, we go through, our service is to be the central hub for retailers to connect to all these different publishers, because there's no way a retailer can order individually from thousands of different publishers. That's just insane to expect them to do that. So we're a hub for them, okay? And we're a hub for the publishers. We get out, we get bulk orders for you. We're taking care of the packing. All the heavy lifting is us. So we take a percentage to survive. I'm not taking a large percentage. Truth, I have a good career, a good day job. Am I killing myself right now? My gray hair will tell you yes. I'm only 27. But anyway. But I love it. I love this industry. I will never screw anybody over. I am not here to hurt anyone. Comic books did so much for me growing up. Saved me from a lot of trouble. Saved me from not feeling safe in my own home. And I love this medium. It is the greatest medium in all of history, in my opinion. It is the greatest combination of literary work and illustration that you're ever going to find. And some of the most amazing, talented artists and writers have come out of this industry. And I love it. And I love that the genre has expanded beyond superheroes. You could get anything, horror, anime. People are starting to really get into other stuff and get creative. I had a retailer say, if a small publisher can't order thousands and invest in offset printing, they have no right being the direct market. I don't think that's a fair statement, and I'll tell you why. If you're a retailer that can only afford to order $200 worth of books, should you not be allowed to open a store? Give people a chance to grow. You'll be surprised. You take any one of these publishers in here, and I bet you, if you just gave a modest display where people could see it and you don't bury the book, maybe you took some talking headers, which we can offer, we can send you, you'll see your sales go up. And you'll be surprised that people are hungry for something new. Absolute Batman is an example. It is and it isn't. Like, it is regurgitating a character that's already well known and they're established, but it is a fresh new take. He's not rich. He's just angry at the world. So it's a character that everybody can relate to because everybody's angry these days. And they're struggling financially. It's hard to relate to a millionaire. Well, now you can relate to him. And look what it's selling. People are starved for something different. Ice Cream Man came out, did really well. Something is Killing the Children came out, did really well. Did anybody believe in those books at first? No, not until it blew up at like issues 20 or whatever. Well, it's the same here. Hindsight can be a wonderful thing and it can be a bitch sometimes. And sometimes you're overlooking books. How many of us knew Todd McFarlane Spider-Man with his knee behind his head and spaghetti webbing was going to be huge when it first came out? I mean, ask Todd and he'll tell you, they said, no, that's stupid. You can't do that. And he said, screw you, I'm doing it anyway. That's the point. This is an innovative industry. It's all about creativity and new. So small publishers, just give them a shot. I'm not saying invest in 10 copies of a small publisher's book, because we don't want you to lose money. Buy 2. They'll move. I had there was a store owner in Texas. She said that she sold independent books 4-1 over Marvel and DC, and this is what she did. She had a nice display for independent books up front of the store with talking headers on each book. Now, I understand retailers may not have time to do talking headers. We can provide them. We'll provide them. The publishers will provide them. Talking headers, a little 3x5 card. You just stick right in front of the book, gives a synopsis, lets you know what the book is about. So as a fan, if I'm like, all right, I'm kind of getting worn out on Thor. I love Thor, but 1,000 issues. All right, well, is there something new? You look and you read the card. Oh, this, between that and the cover, this looks interesting. I'm gonna give this a shot. She was selling 4-1. Now, she said she moved the store to Florida and she was concerned that maybe that was just the demographic of that area, which is sometimes the case. Sometimes the store's demographic, they just want Marvel DC. Fair enough. And the retailers will know that. But she moved to Florida. She did the same exact system. And again, she was selling 4-1 over Marvel DC. I love Marvel and DC. I love their characters. I love all of comics. So I'm not here to disparage them. I'm saying embrace those books you've loved for 20, 30, 40 years, or even the last 2 years. But give the little guy a shot too, because there's some really good stuff. Tragedy, I don't usually promote my own book when I'm talking about distribution, but I have to. I've been told it's written like an 80s book and drawn like a 90s book. That's a great compliment to me. The late, great Peter David, long story short, and this is funny. If you knew Peter was a very sweet, kind guy, and sometimes he could be a curmudgeon. It really depended on what day you met him. And I really like Peter, and he was a guest at my conventions and everything. And I approached him at Las Vegas show. I'll give a plug for free. Amazing Las Vegas, good show. I said, hey, Peter, would you be willing to read my comic and give me critique? Because I don't mind taking a punch on the chin. And Peter said, you really want me to read this? Because if it's not good, I'm going to rip it up. I'm going to tell you it's garbage. And I said, that's the only way I get better. I can take it. I'm an Irishman from New York. Let's go. So he took the book. I come back the next day. I go, hey, Peter, did you read the book? He goes, yeah, I read it. He goes, yeah, I read it. And he tosses it across the table at me. And I'm thinking, all right, take it on the chest like a man, take it on the chin like a man. Let's go. So I go, okay. He goes, it's good. I go, what? He goes, it's better than most things on the shelf right now. I wanted to have something bad to say about it, but I can't. It's really good. I liked it. I go, really? So as a joke, I go, Peter, do you have a fever? Are you okay? He goes, get out of here. And he swats my hand away and he goes, get out of here. Um, Peter's one of my favorite writers of all time in comic books. Him and Chris Claremont, Chuck Dixon is another one, and Howard Mackey. I love their writing. And Chuck Dixon said it was solid. He even did a foreword for me in my trade paperback because he thought it was a good story. These are legendary writers in the industry that have adapted their stories to TV and movies. I'll take it. And I have major covers: Will Spatasio, Bill Sienkiewicz, Chris Bachalo, David Mack. So give it a shot. You'd be surprised. When people get tragedy on the shelves, it sells. It sells. It really sells. And people have it in their pull list now. And it's a monthly, and it will be on time if it's the last thing I do. So give it a shot. Anyway, so I just want to say that I love this industry. I am hearing the retailers. We have plenty of retailers that are perfectly fine and they're making money with what we're doing. And then we have retailers that are resistant. Okay. And then we have retailers that are not resistant. They're just waiting to see. They've said like they want to see if I make it through a year. I get it. It's a hard, tough industry. I'm this little guy that came out of nowhere. I'm running my own business out of a small 2,000 square foot. Can't even call it a warehouse. It's a space. It's close to my home, but it's not a warehouse, but it's separated from my home. It's not huge yet because I don't need huge. Yeah, I'm growing. So I get people's skepticism. I do. I don't get why they shit on me, but I get being cautious. Hopefully you're cautiously optimistic because I'm a stubborn, feisty Irish asshole and I'm not going anywhere. And I love this industry and I will keep doing this until it becomes a success because I believe in it. And if I didn't believe in it, what am I doing? And I believe I'm doing it for the right reasons. I want all three to make money: the publisher, the retailer, and the distributor. And I want comics to thrive and I want fans to be excited about Wednesdays. I think Absolute Batman has brought excitement back to a lot of people, and I think that's wonderful. But it's a temporary fix, guys. It's a Band-Aid. We need consistent, fresh new ideas, titles that are going to be bringing new readers, young readers in, and bring that buzz again about comics. And I do think it can happen. I do. If I didn't, what the hell am I doing? Because I'm not doing a lemonade stand on my lawn, guys. This is full-blown distribution, legit business. I'm managing over 70 publishers. We have almost 600 retailers on board. We are worldwide at this point. We have people from Australia, Canada, Mexico, Germany, UK, Sweden, Italy ordering books. So this is just 8 months in, coming out of the gate. I'm just getting started. And I am listening to retailers, and I'm listening to publishers, and I'm listening to my own needs. And what I'm going to do is first focus on what keeps me afloat so that I can service both of them. And then I'm going to take care of both of them. So just give us a shot. And the good news is terms are going to be friendlier. They're coming. A big announcement's coming in a week. The publishers know what it is. The retailers do not yet. Big things are coming. You'll see. And I do want to say thank you to Richard Johnston and Heidi McDonald for promoting Philbo, putting us out there, letting everybody know. To all the people that are rooting for us, thank you. For the naysayers, all I'm asking you to do is sit back, get your popcorn, just watch. And when you're ready to jump on board, we welcome you with open arms. But I'm not going anywhere. They said 6 months. We're going on 8, and we're going strong, and we're just getting started. All right? I believe in small press. I believe in artists. I believe in writers. I believe in editors. I believe in this industry. I believe in comics and storytelling. And that's it. That's it. Like Zod said in Superman 2, make way. Yes, Jason, here we come. Anybody who knows me knows how hard-headed I am, knows how hardworking I am, and knows that I'm going to give this everything I have because my only fear in life is living with regret. As a nurse, I watch a lot of old people go over their life and all the things they should have done and should have tried, and if they just did or if they gave it a better effort. And I'm not going to go out that way. If I walk away from distribution, it'll be because I walked away knowing I gave it everything I had, and that was it, and I can live with that. But until I give it everything I have, I'm not going anywhere. I'm not. And I'm going to take everybody with me if I can. Every publisher that is invested in me and believes in me, every retailer that is invested in us and believes in us, I want to take you all with me. I'm not Lunar, I'm not Diamond, and I'm not going to pretend to be. I'm not trying to be anybody but me. And I'm just asking you to give us a serious shot. Just show us a little respect. Because at the end of the day, the people that are showing me no respect are sitting on our ass doing nothing. At least I'm doing something. At least I'm trying. If it doesn't work, at least I know I tried. At least I could get a little respect for that. That's it. You don't have to like me. Just respect what we're doing and understand that if you come after me, you're coming after all 70 plus publishers that rely on me as well. If you love the industry, we need to support it, lift it up, stop tearing it down. That's it. Philbo Distribution, we launched a new catalog yesterday. Go check it out. And all the other catalogs are still up. If you're a retailer and you're on the fence, you can call me and I will speak to you directly. I've done that with people. Email me. I'll get right back to you. I had an older gentleman who's been in the comic industry for 40 years, and he called me. And I picked up, and I was like, hello, Phil Russer, Philbo Distribution. He goes, oh, I didn't expect to get you. I go, well, if you're going to invest in me, I think the least I could do is invest in you and give you some of my time. Even if I were to make it big, I know that there's complaints you can never get anybody on the phone for Lunar. You will get somebody, and it'll probably be me because I care. This isn't about a money grab. Truth is, my life would be a lot easier if I didn't do this. It'd be a lot easier. But it is what it is. I'm not going to give out a personal economic information. Sorry. But what I will tell you is we've grown 20% each month since our start. And like I said at the beginning, we have some retailers that order $6,000 worth of product a month, and some $60. It's varying, but we are making money, not a lot, but we're making money, and the publishers are getting paid very quickly. Some publishers make money, some their sales aren't up yet, they don't, but publishers got to grind, they got to market, and they got to push. But we're not going to divulge personal accounting publicly. Sorry, this is not going to happen. But what the hell was I saying? I don't remember. I just know that so this 40-year-old veteran called me, got me on the phone, and he said, I'm going to be honest with you, man. I don't know how to work the website very well. I'm not tech savvy. I said, okay, I can help walk you through it, and there's a tutorial. And if that doesn't work, I have a solution. So he tried it, and he goes, you know what? I learned how to do the system. It's actually pretty easy. This is the easiest website I've ever had to go through. And in my opinion, no disrespect, of all the distributors, my website's the nicest looking one, and that's thanks to Maura Powers. She's doing an amazing job. So thank you to her. I couldn't do this without her. We're basically a two-man team at this point. And he got his way in, but I spent the time to walk him through it because you all matter. I had another person call me last week, and he's like, I just don't know how to order. I can't get it. And he's actually a local store that's 15 minutes away, and he's an older gentleman, nice guy, and he wants these 3 specific titles every month. So I said, I'll tell you what. I will make sure that he told me how many he would want to order of each issue every month. So I add that to the PO to the publisher. He doesn't order on the site. I collect the books. I'm going to deliver them to him free of charge, and he'll just pay me outright there. and I'll have paid the publishers before I deliver to him, and then that money's mine. I can't do that for everyone, but my point is I work with retailers. If you're willing to work with me, I'll work with you. I had one retailer say to me, he was upset with the prepay. He's not upset with the discount, he's upset with the prepay. And I understand. And he said, but what are you really going to order from us? $500, maybe even 2000. I mean, what are you ordering from Lunar? Lunar, in most cases, will give you only a 35% discount unless you order $1,000 of product a week or more. Now they make exceptions, but that is what I hear from a lot of retailers. So we're already 5% more, and you could order 4 books. If that's what you want to order, that's what you want to order. We're not limiting you. We're not pigeonholing you. So what are your orders going to be that you can't prepay? A couple $100, $1,000? I mean, if your store can't order $1,000 worth of inventory now, why do I feel you'll be able to pay it later? I mean, I have a business to run too, and I have to take care of myself and the publishers. Publishers rely on me. That's not to say the retailers fall by the wayside. They're going to get their books. They're going to get their books. He said, well, what if you gave like 6 months prepay, and if they do it, then you can give us the net 30 or 40 or net 60. Again, I'm not Marvel and DC. We're small publishers. If your kid needs braces that month and you had a slow month at the store because there was snowstorms or fairs that closed the street and your business was down, and you have an $8,000 bill from Lunar and you don't have the money, I'm the one who's going to get shorted. Me. Because I'm the little guy. Your $80 order, your $800 order is the one that you're going to skip, not the $8,000. And I have to be aware of that. Is that saying that retailers are bad, dirty people? No. It's saying that they have a lot on their plate financially, and there's a lot of struggles, and I get that. And I just don't want to be in the position where I'm, unfortunately, the one who suffers the consequences of that, because you can't squeeze blood from a stone. If they don't have it, they don't have it. They got to keep their lights on. They got to keep their rent going. That's their priority. And I get that. So I have to protect me just like they have to protect it. Like if you're a retailer, you have a pull list, right? Are you going to sit there and pull those books for somebody and say you don't have to come in for 60 days? I hear retailers complain about pull list people not coming in to collect their books all the time. Well, that's what a net 60 is for me. That's you on a pull list and not paying me. It's the same principle. So you should understand that. You have a customer that comes in and in 6 months, the books are sitting in their thing and they're accumulating. You keep putting the books in there and you keep putting the books in there. You're not getting paid. Now you ordered those books and you ate that money. That's not fair. That's shitty to do it to a retailer. You don't ever do that to a retailer. You have a pull list. If they're giving you that courtesy, you pick up those damn books on time. It's the same with the distribution. I'm sorry, it is. And just recently, another distributor, right before the holiday, with very little notice, they didn't even, I think a lot of people didn't even get the email. They demanded that you now put a credit card on file and you had to prepay for that one order. I'm very transparent with what I do. I am never going to short you like that. I'm never going to tell you last minute you have to do this. You'll always get heads up notice. And again, you can get your money refunded any time you want. You didn't lose any money. You either get your books or you ask for your money back. And you get your money back. No questions asked. You get it back. That's it. I want to make money with all of you, not off of you. I want to be as fair as possible. I really feel like a lot of middlemen have come into this industry. They have grifted. They have picked the meat off the carcass. The publishers walk away broke. The retailers are struggling. And the middlemen got to walk away. Look at Diamond. You say they filed bankruptcy. They lost money. Okay, but did they pay any consequences for anything? They cut their losses. They moved on. The publishers lost their pants. Some of them had to close. Retailers never got their books. Now, the retailers may not have paid for those books because of the net 60 or net 30, but it's lost revenue because they had fans that wanted those books, that ordered them, that are now not getting them. I'm about accountability. I'm about integrity. I'm about honesty. I don't give a shit about grifters. I don't care about these guys who talk and brag about how much money they made because it was off the backs of somebody. I'm not looking to do that. Like I said, publishers they don't get have to charge to be the cover of the catalog. I want them to get more sales. It only helps me in the long run anyway. I'm not totally altruistic. I'm building myself, but why can't I build you too? I can do both. I'm tired of people coming in here that don't give a shit about comics and they pick the carcass clean and they ruin the industry and they move on to the next fucking gimmick, pops or whatever. And then we're all left with our dick in our hands like, what now? What do we do now? Fair Square Graphics. This is a guy who worked for Marvel, co-created Spider-Man Noir. He's followed his passion and he's putting out these books. They're premier quality books, right? He lost how much inventory because Diamond stole it and money that wasn't paid out. I mean, whether it's 40,000 or the millions that Dynamite lost, Nick Barucci lost. What are you doing? It's cataclysmic and it's not right. So I'm trying something new to revolutionize the industry. I'm trying to be a middleman with integrity. I'm trying to bridge the gap and do something that makes everybody money and is fair to everybody. Diamond's old ways were not fair to publishers, but they were fair to retailers, and it's evident by what happened. But I don't want the pendulum to swing the other way where it's all about publishers and screw the retailer either. We need retailers. They're the front line. You are important. You're the most important people. I mean, in the sense that you get the books out there. But we are in a world with crowdfunding. We are in a world where people could sell off their website, and that hurts retailers. So why wouldn't you work with me so that we can get you more revenue, get you more books, maybe more readers that want something new? It's a win-win for everybody. It is. And, we've had people write nasty blogs about me and say things. And I'm not going to lie, yeah, it gets to me sometimes because I don't understand it. I don't care what they say about me, to be honest with you. I just care that they'd rather tear something down than support it and build it up, or at least just stay quiet and see how it goes. If we all love comics and we love storytelling and we love art, rising tides raise all ships. That's the truth. I'm a pain in the ass. Ask the publishers I work with. Sometimes I get cranky. Sometimes I have my Irish temper. If you're late with your books a couple of times, I'm hounding you, or I'm I'm yelling at you. I'm not yelling at you, but you know what I mean. Whatever. I'm not a perfect guy. I'm not a saint. I'm not an angel. I don't do everything 100% right, but I try. I'm trying. I want to lift people up. I want to be part of the solution, not part of the problem. I don't want to sit there and complain about the industry and I'm doing nothing to help it. If I'm going to complain about the industry, then I might as well be someone who tries to do something to help it. And if it doesn't work, at least I had the best of intentions and I'll bow out and move on. But I know that if I ever bow out, it won't be on the backs and the consequences faced by someone else. It'll be mine. I love this industry. Whether you're an artist like Mike Mez Phillips, who's a fantastic artist who needs to get more attention, or you're a retailer like Fourth World Comics that is a great place to go and talk to people and see a plethora of comics, and they support indie as well as have the big stuff. Or the publishers like Knuckle Supper Studios, Jason Meadows with Tales from Nero's. These are passionate people. They're not making money. They're killing themselves because they love this. What better people to support? What better people to give your money to? The blind bag gimmick bullshit where Marvel gives you a bunch of damaged friggin' books, or gimmicks, stupid covers or gimmicks. Is that where you want to throw your money at a gimmick, blind bag gimmick? Would you rather give it to a guy that is giving you the best quality possible because he gives it, or a woman that gives a shit about comics and storytelling and just wants to get it out there and share it with the world? What better person to share this experience with? What better person to invest in your money in? Why do we keep paying the grift? I don't understand. It frustrates me. I mean, it depends on what kind of artists you're looking for. I mean, a lot of these guys are hiring independent artists that are fantastic that I recommend. I mean, just look at the art. They're very professional. Like you look at Grok Comics, they get some amazing artists on there that you may never have heard of. You can get my publishing company. I have anybody from big names like Chris Piccialo, Will Spatasio, David Mack, Bill Sienkiewicz, Tyler Kirkham, and I'll also have Mike Mess Phillips, and I'll also have Chris Mad and Jim O'Reilly and a lot of and Ricardo Silva and Clever Lima. A lot of great guys that maybe you've never heard of. And that's the thing, right? It's about the art at the end of the day. Look at my wall behind me. Oh yeah, the sketch cards I have coming out. We have some amazing ones. Thank you, Riley. Um, some people get mad at me because of the things I say about the industry or because I'm blunt and I'm honest. I can't do anything about that. All I can tell you is at least you know where I stand. You may not like what comes out of my mouth, but at least you can trust it, which means you can trust me. I never said I was the greatest guy in the world. I'm just trying to be a good man, and I'm trying to be a respected business, and I'm trying to help publishers, and I want to help retailers, and I want to help myself. And I have two little girls that I need to show that dream big is bullshit. Dreaming is for people who do nothing but sit there all day. Be big. I have to show my girls. I have to show them that no matter how hard it gets, no matter what adversity comes in front of you, no matter how many people try to knock you down, you can have the life you want and you can get it if you work hard and you work smart and you try and you don't let them tell you no. Don't let anybody tell you you can't do it. Zaid Comics. Okay, yeah, go to the website. Like I said, if you're a publisher and you're interested, just go to the website. There is a publisher submission tab on the top here. Follow the guidelines, and I will respond to you pretty quickly. And then we will have a meeting. And any questions you have about our terms, etc., I will explain to you. And if we're a good fit for each other, if you're ready for direct market, if my terms are good for you, we go together. We'll work together. It's that simple. I don't make things complicated. Life is too friggin' hard. We got too much to do with monthly book schedules and dealing with all the moving parts. It's very quick and easy for publishers to get on board with me. I don't gatekeep you. I'm not here to decide if you can sell or not. That's not my job. That's the free market's decision. Let the fans decide. But if retailers gatekeep you, then how's the free market ever going to let you know? Give it a shot, retailers. Just give Philbo a shot. You can make money off of 40%. By the way, I want to clarify bad math by a grifter that comes after me all the time, trolls my pages, and grifts a lot. They said that $4.99 books at 40% means you have to sell 2 books to make money back on the 1 book. And that is someone who claims to be a marketing person doesn't know math. Let me explain the breakdown. If I sell a book for $4.99 and give you a 40% discount, the store buys the book for $2.99. You bought the book from me. You spent $2.99. You put the book on your shelf and you sell it for $4.99. The retailer comes up and pays for that book, so they pay you back the $2.99 you spent as a retailer, and the $1.99 is yours in your pocket, or $1.98 is yours in your pocket. Now, there are other aspects. Depends on how much you order, because then your shipping goes into that too. So if you order 5 books and your shipping was whatever, then maybe it adds up to a lot of money per book. That may not make sense for you. I get it. But if you're ordering, like the person who orders $6,000 worth of books from us, and their shipping is several $100, and they sell those books the way I just said, maybe add a quarter to that, they're still walking away with $1.75 a book. Now, it's not a large profit margin, but floppies have never been a large profit margin. But publishers don't even walk away with 20 cents most of the time because of print costs, etc. So why can't a retailer make money off of 40%? You don't have to sell 2 books to make money back on 1. He's saying that because he's not counting the fact that the consumer pays back the money that you spent. He's acting like that $2.99 you spent just poof disappeared, and now the consumer's only paying you $1.99, $1.98. It's not how it works. So be careful who you listen to. People will say things and they're talking out of their asshole. And for some reason, people believe these people as important people in the industry, and they're not. They're grifters. They're grifters. One-to-one meaning that you make money off of each book that you sell. Is that what you mean? That's the point. Each book will give you a profit. Now, what lessens that profit is low orders with high shipping costs. Our shipping is very fair and reasonable. And if you sell two books, if you only buy two books, well, yeah, shipping's not worth it. So what do? You do what one retailer does with me. He only buys like 5 or 6 books on each catalog. So you know what he said to me? Is there any chance you can consolidate it 2 or 3 months down so that my shipping makes sense to me, and we'll ship it out every 3 months? I said yes. I don't want you to lose money. I don't want guys to lose money. That's another reason why we're monthly. You spend one shipping fee for your month's books instead of a weekly FOC you're spending on shipping each week. I'm trying to save the retailers money whether they see it or not. And you can make money off these books. So it's just really a matter of if you think these titles can sell or not. And you know what? I have a store. I'll give them a shout out. Red Shirt Comics in Port Jefferson. They're actually the store closest to Scott Snyder's home. Scott Snyder lives near me. And I went in and introduced myself. Very nice guy. And he said to me, unfortunately, I don't really have an independent scene. They only buy Marvel and DC. He doesn't really even move the Dynamite comics to Hanna-Barbera. So he goes, I don't really know if there's anything I can order. He goes, but you know what he said to me? He'll print up my catalog himself. I offered to print it for him. He said no, he'd print it himself, and he'll put it out, and he'll see if there's any interest from his fan base, his consumers, his customers. And if enough people are interested, he will start ordering through us. And I said, I'll tell you what, you're only 20 minutes away. I will deliver the books, free shipping. I will bring them to you every month. That's what it's about. Working together to find a way to survive. It doesn't have to be competitive, unhealthy. Healthy competition is looking at someone succeed and saying, all right, how am I going to get there too? All right, I'm going to try my best to match him and blah, blah, blah. You're rooting for him, but you want to get to his level too, or her level. Unhealthy is, I got to step on your neck. I got to get over on you. I need every advantage in my favor so that I can win. That's not good. It may be good for you, but it destroys everything else. So if you only care about you, well then, if everybody only cares about themselves, the industry will not thrive. And I'm sorry, I don't care what anybody says, it has declined over the last 30 years greatly. Books now are selling numbers that would have been canceled in the 80s and 90s. And I know comics have gone up and down, and I think they're going to come up again. And I think Absolute Batman has helped with sales a lot. But I also think that we've become a collector market more than a reader market, and that hurts us. And readers are in the manga scene, less in the Western scene. It's more collectibles. They want the NSFW covers, or they want the big name covers, or the variant covers. And that's the other thing. We can go by money and say, oh, the industry made this much money, it's doing well. But I want to go by individual book sales and not the padded sales of 5 variant covers for the same book. I want to see what the data is, and it's probably impossible at this point, for each title, individual sales of the one cover. They'll be drastically low. You'll be shocked how low they are. I know you will. And that's why a lot of retailers are struggling. That's why stores have closed. You have no idea how little. We went from like 7,000 retailers across the country to under 2,000. Across the world, we're lucky if we have 2,400, 2,500. Seriously, don't tell me that the industry isn't struggling. Of course it is. And the one thing about the collector market is at least it's keeping money flowing in the industry, thank God, to keep it going. But it's not sustainable in the sense that it's not going to bring you new readers and long-term readers. The people who are devoted to X-Men every month that read it every month, no matter what the cover is, are the ones that keep comics going and retail shops open. They are. Because people who collect just for a cover are not consistent buyers of any specific title. Oh, I like the Chris Picciolo cover on Tragedy this month because I like Chris Picciolo, but I only bought Tragedy 8. I didn't buy 1 through 7 because I didn't care for those covers. I'm not a Sienkiewicz fan or whatever. I mean, that's not long term sustainable. I'm about long term. I'm about grinding it out, weathering the storm, taking the punches. I'm about Rocky. As corny as that friggin' sounds, it's about standing when the bell rings, but that's a 12. At the time it was 15, right? Well, I mean, Rocky was 12 maybe, but it's a 12-round fight. I'm in the first 30 seconds of the first round. I got plenty of fight in me, plenty, and I could take a hell of a lot of punches. I may not always respond to those punches well, but I can take them, and I will keep going. And I've gone on a diatribe long enough. I'm just very passionate about this, and I really care. I really care. And it gets frustrating. Like, I have a book, Papa. I'm real quick, and then I'll end it with all of this, okay? Papa, all right, long story short, my father had PTSD from the war. He was a very angry, violent man. Didn't do well for me growing up. I wasn't safe in my own home. Comics saved me, kept me out of trouble, kept me from putting that rage in the wrong spots, and it gave me a safe place to go. It also taught me who the heroes are, what right is, what wrong is, which I think is blurred these days. And I believe that. And that's comics. And my father at 77 was bench pressing 165 pounds a day. My father's a very scary, very strong, very beastly man. He was as tough as they come. He was so tough that 2 days before he died in the ICU, he was acting like he was fine with me. And I went to my stepmother. I'm like, I don't understand. I thought I came in here crying, ready to say goodbye to my father, and he's sitting up and he's laughing and he's joking. And my stepmother said to me, yeah, and every 20 minutes he tells you to go get something to eat and come back because he's putting on a front. He didn't ever want me to see him weak, and he saw that as weakness. That's how tough this fucking guy was. 3 years before he passed, he humbled himself in front of me in tears and apologized for stealing my childhood and making me angry and victimizing me and taking out all his rage. He didn't know he had PTSD. And I told him I forgave him and I love him. And I told him that it's okay. Just don't live with regret. And it all is good. I grew up strong. I have a beautiful wife, beautiful girls. I have a home. I have a business. I'm good. And we had a good relationship for two or 3 years. And then he got a very aggressive cancer that took him 5 weeks. I wrote a story called Papa. I didn't realize at the time was kind of based on a strained relationship between a son and father. It was kind of different circumstances, but strained relationship. It was kind of, based on us. And I sent him the script. My father was not a comic fan at all, but he really liked my books. He liked my scripts. He liked my dialogue. He said tragedy, they're written. He knew the Westies, which were the Irish Mafia and Hell's Kitchen. And he said my dialogue was true and real. And he really liked it. So he read Papa and he said, is this about us? I said, I never thought about it, I guess. He goes, is there any chance I could see this book in print before I die? Unfortunately, it's a 110-page graphic novel. The artists were, 100 plus per page. And that's a $15,000 book. I wasn't going to get that money on Kickstarter, sadly, because it's not tits. I wasn't going to get it. So I tried to get the first issue out, and he died before I did. But I did get the first issue out, and everybody who reads it loves it. They said it's really, really good. And I have issue 2 now, and I offered, if you just sign up for the Kickstarter, I will give you issue 1 in a PDF for free. And I got like 50 likes, 60 likes, and 14 signups, and nobody asked for a free PDF. It's like they don't care. They don't care about quality storytelling anymore. They just want regurgitated shit. And I know this sounds bitter, and it is. And I know it's like, well, what makes you think your stuff is great? I'm not saying it's great. I think it's great. But if I didn't, I'd be a fool. But I want you to tell me, but you got to give it a chance to do it. I mean, I offered a free comic. I don't know what else to tell you. I mean, this is basically what we're real quick. Let me just show this to you. What happened? Why isn't it playing? Nope, that's not it. That's the pillow. Why isn't it playing? Sorry, hold on. I just want to show you what Pop is about because it's good. It's written like a Silver Age comic, and it's heartfelt and it has emotion and characters you can relate to, but it also has its share of action. It's still a comic book. It's still a comic book. Why is this not playing? Son of a bitch. All right, you know where I'll go? I'll go here. Sorry, hang on. I apologize for this, guys. Just bear with me. Please don't leave yet. Just give it a shot. I know people's attention spans aren't what they were, but please don't leave yet. Just give it a moment. Oh, and I forgot to tell you about the free comic book day. I'm going to do that too. All right. Yeah, we're going to do this. Okay. At the stage. Why did you? There we go. Okay, you ready? Here we go.
Meet Bruce Rogers, a 75-year-old Vietnam veteran who's spending his twilight years living with his son, daughter-in-law, and 12-year-old granddaughter, Melody. Bruce and his son have an estranged relationship that has never been resolved. Melody is the light of Bruce's life, as they've formed a bond that never grew between him and his son, Craig. When a threat to Bruce's family arises, this old man must decide what he's willing to do in order to keep his family safe. What would you do? What would you sacrifice for the sake of your family?
So, thank you, Christina. Appreciate that. It is not a boring drama. It has emotions in it, like Rocky did. You know, it has characters you can relate to. I had a gentleman. He's not friends with me on Facebook. He just DM'd me. He ran into me at a show last year, and he bought Papa because he liked the pitch, and he read it. And he came. I saw him at the Hot Flip show a couple of weeks ago. He showed up, and he told me he cried, and it was wonderful, and that the ending surprised the shit out of him. He did not see it coming. And the ending just leads to the next chapter. It's going to be interesting, and no one has seen this ending coming yet. It really surprises you at the end, and it's tough to market a book when you can't tell what the twist is. You can't surprise people. All I'm going to tell you is this. If you want a book that entertains you, has its action, has its fun, but also hits you in the heart and makes you feel something, you'll like Papa. I promise you'll like it. And I just wanted to keep my promise to my dad, and I wanted to get the book out and do what I told him I'd do, even if 5 people read it. But it would be a shame if you didn't give it a shot, because you'd be missing something that would really resonate with you and really touch you. It's probably, I've been told it's my best writing so far. That's for you to decide. But again, if you sign up for the Kickstarter for issue 2, I will give you the first issue free in PDF. You can read it and decide for yourself. And if you like it enough, you want to buy the physical copy with number two, or just buy the PDF of number two to continue, fine. I just want people to give it a shot. And that's the frustration that all of us small independent creators face, is that it's quality stuff that people just won't give a shot for whatever reason. They don't take it seriously. They don't respect it, whether it's Philbo Distribution or Philbo Publishing or Knuckle Supper Studios. Good books are going unnoticed, and it's a fucking crime. It's a crime. It's a crime. Yes, I do. Hang on. The problem is when I put it in the chat here, it goes to my YouTube channel. So if you're on the Facebook page, you won't see it. So if someone could post it. I also put up a post the other day. Oh, that was a big link. Sorry. Yeah, I went to my YouTube 3 times for some reason. But if you go to my page, it's posted on there literally, how long ago? Yesterday and the day before. Anyway, sometimes I feel bad pushing my stuff. I do, because I'm not a carnival barker, and I don't really want this side of the business. I just want to enjoy comics, but you have to. And all I'll tell you is, I know you're gonna like the book. I really believe you will. Give it a shot. Sign up. It costs you nothing to sign up, and you get a free book. And if you don't like the book, it cost you 10 seconds of your time, but it helped me a lot. That's about it. Last thing I almost forgot. It's very, 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 very important. We are not part of Free Comic Book Day officially, because it is a licensed, copywritten deal. The branding is copywritten. So we're not Free Comic Book Day. Hey, Matthew. But we are coinciding on the same day with the free pull. We have a few books, not a lot. We just launched this because we're new. But coinciding with Free Comic Book Day, we have the Sumerian from Ablaze, Clutopia from High Vibrational Pirate. We have Monster Elementary, and we have Dreamscape's first issue sampler. So these have an FOC of the 9th. It's only up until the 9th for order. So if you want these free comics in your store, it's from the 1st, which was yesterday, to February 9th, and it locks so that we can get those books in time for the May 2nd Free Comic Book Day. So here's a good opportunity to tell you retailers, if you want to check something out, because it's free. It's free. You walk in and you get these free indie books. So go check it out. Thanks to Maura for the name, the free pull. Get it? Pull list. Coinciding with Free Comic Book Day. Again, we are not part of Free Comic Book Day. They are their own entity. We respect them. We are not here to step on them. But we also wanted to offer free solicitations, and we're coinciding with the same day. And that's it. All right. All right. I appreciate everybody who sat with me for so long and listened to my diatribe. I know I go off, but it is really based out of passion. When I'm angry, I'm angry. I get it. When I love you with everything I have. And when I'm passionate about something, I will pour my heart into it. And that's just the way it was. Ah, should have known you'd come in with that. I'm not surprised. Anyway, I appreciate everybody who listened. Yes, I'm frustrated at times. Yes, sometimes I'm up at 3 a.m. killing myself, and I go, what the fuck am I doing? Why am I doing this? Why am I trying when so many people would rather shit on me instead of lift me up? Why am I trying when so many people tell me they're in my corner, but they're not really doing anything to help? Why? And there's one answer that I always come to. Because I'm not a quitter. Because I care about this. I care about what I'm doing, and I believe in it. and I'm not going to let anybody else make me stop. If I stop, it's because I chose to stop. And I believe in what we're doing with Philbo Distribution. And those who make fun of the name, Lunar, Diamond, Doctor Doom, we're in a world of silly names. It's called comic books, guys. And Philbo is a pet name from my wife. So it's special to me because I'm a big Lord of the Rings fan and I have big hobbit feet. Even though I'm 6'1", I have huge feet like a hobbit. And my wife would call me Philbo. So I took the most important person in my life and the most important endeavor I'll ever take on, and I put them together. And for those of you who make fun of Phil Views, it's tongue in cheek. It's meant to be a pun. It's meant to be silly. It's not meant to be taken seriously as far as the name. It's just having fun. Because isn't that what comics are supposed to be? Fun. We get so wrapped up in the competitiveness and the money and the business that we forget that we're supposed to enjoy this. And that's the thing about Marvel. When you talk to Howard Mackey and all those guys back in the Marvel bullpens, they had fun. They screwed around with each other. There was the business side. There was business. Jim Shooter, you had your deadlines. He was a beast. But they had fun. They joked. They were in the bullpen teasing each other. A bunch of kids drawing comics for a living because they were making millions? No, because they loved it. And that's not what's going on anymore. There's too many people that don't love this industry making money. Support the people that love this industry, that care about comics and stories. That's it. All right. Appreciate you guys. Remember, get those free comic book orders in for the free pull. They're live right now in the catalog. The latest catalog is February 1st, but the FOC for those is February 9th. The rest of the catalog has a 2-month order period, but that doesn't mean you have to wait on the orders. Order now because you never know if you have other customers coming in your store saying, oh, you know what, I want this, and you can add to that order. Go for it. Philbo Distribution, not going anywhere. Sorry, not going anywhere and not apologizing for anything we're doing here. We are going to make a big announcement in a week. It is going to change everything. It is going to be big news, and we look forward to 2026 because here we fucking come. Make way. On that note, I'm going to leave you with what I always leave you with. Be legendary and have fun storming the castle.